I am. I was a child. You don't know much when you're in your adolescent years. You only know what is now. I didn't know much of this world, where I'd be, mainly who I'd become, and why it was going to be such a hassle to get here.
Is that? Why does she even look like that?
Where's she even from?
That question stuck a lot in my head. I got that a lot. Where are you from? What's your background? Where are your roots originated from? They're questions my soul became numb to. It was as if my answers were on a straight pilot mode. I didn't even have time to think about it. I'm Layla. I'm originally Palestinian, but my parents immigrated out of Palestine once the war began and moved to Jordan, Amman, for a safer life. My father and mother then moved to Saudi Arabia for work and raised me and my sisters there until I was 6. It was so easy to feel like an outcast.
حبيبتي المدرسة عاملة ايه؟ عملتي صحاب؟
Same things, different day, Mama.
Yeah, we both spoke Arabic, but in my household, we mostly spoke Palestinian. And once I was out on the streets, it was a totally different dialect. It was a different world from my perspective. Two worlds combined in one soul yearning to intertwine both sides, but found it extremely difficult to do so. It was time for us to move to a new place, new air, new faces, everything new. But again, my little brain could not process the shift to a new region, but resonated with foreigners. My parents got a divorce, and my mom decided to take us where her family immigrated after the war in Palestine, Egypt. A country I breathed in for a bit more than a decade. The closest concept I have to a foundation, a base, a home. But for some odd reason, I still could not grasp the rooted experience of having a place where I could draw back to my origins. Home, a place where you feel that you belong, usually because your ideology or attitudes are the same as those of the citizens who live there. This was a definition I read before, and how much that thought brought me warmth. A feeling I craved, but oddly enough, the only colors physically radiating were hues of blue, deep, dark saturations of blue. Sometimes silence is what brought my existence to peace. It helped me to really think of who I was with no passing judgments. The water coated my body as I felt the pressure the deeper I dove, ironically causing me to have thicker skin the deeper I dived within myself. I knew at this point I found the answer I was looking for, but I knew getting there was going to be ugly. And at this point, I asked myself, where am I? What happened last night? What have I done? I knew I was trying to escape, and the more I was surrounded with people, the lonelier I was becoming. Have you tried this? It feels amazing. I promise you'd love it. My life flashes by me. My heartbeat increases as I enter a different realm within myself. Anxiety creeps up on me, but I knew my body was pushing me off the edge of a cliff, only to push me to a new direction of life. My physical being is sitting in a car with a bunch of hardcore druggies, numbing their quiddity as my numbness slowly creeped up on me with a jump scare in disguise as a wave of realization. Why haven't you ever fit in? Was it your fault, Layla? Were you not enough for society's beauty standards? Or was it the sputtering dialect accent the reason behind why people looked at you as an extraterrestrial being? My parents are torn. My mother was never home. I did not have the base of a father or mother figure that I needed to keep me stable. What did I do to feel this unfathomable emotion of instability? A lack of backbone, perhaps, leaving me to finally ask myself, who am I? That's when I knew depression came around the corner to send her regards to me, and came along with her dear friend, isolation. They checked up on me in such an intrusive way, and I only thought they were being good-hearted, sympathetic, supposedly. See, our species of humankind love, crave, and need the idea of a fraternity. It's in our heritage, even from the old days, to be in tribes and societies to fit in, to know you're similar to others. And as my physical body demanded more foreign substances to my soul, I fed her pleasure only because I knew the desires were controlling her reality. Perhaps because I figured this feeling of belonging I lacked. I could only numb, and I loved it. I was well aware it was only self-sabotage in disguise of temporary happiness, and Layla was only running away from her reality. Sometimes experiencing different places, different beings can really widen your perspective on life. It really pushes you to learn how to accept everyone around you. To realize that your heritage is only in your DNA that runs within you and not the outer world. Living in many places and feeling like an outcast put me through hell and back. It made me question my existence, why I even lived in this world, and if I even deserved it. When you have this matter of mass that looks similar to you but is not you, and simply cannot resonate with it only because your origins are different, is only a formatted fact of shallowness. We all have souls for as long as we breathe on this earth, and a reminder that we are all one with nature, with this world. After all, we are created for it, and it is created for us. That's how I could describe it best, mainly when I look deep inside each human's eyes. We are our own identity, and this is the world we live in, no matter where I am. What experiences this chaotic life has for me in hand, this articulate creation will remain with the fact that we are all eloquently brought into this world, and ironically, we leave the same exact way. I am Layla.